So Elon Musk is spending a lot of money to get out the vote in Wisconsin for an election that could flip the state Supreme Court from liberal to conservative. All in on Florida, two major congressional races that could impact the balance of power in the House. Brooke Singman breaks down both of them for us. Hey, Brooke.
Hey, good morning. So Wisconsinites will vote tomorrow to decide control of the state's highest court. So the high-stakes Supreme Court race is smashing spending records with more than $80 million spent so far, and mega donors supporting both candidates. That's liberal Judge Susan Crawford and conservative candidate Brad Schimel. Now, Elon Musk and his America PAC have spent more than $12 million in Wisconsin to support Schimel for the vacated 7th seat. Musk spoke at a town hall in Green Bay last night, sporting a cheese head and emphasizing the race's importance. Listen.
What's happening on Tuesday is a vote for which party controls the U.S. House of Representatives. That is why it is so significant. And whichever party controls the House, it to a significant degree controls the country, which then steers the course of Western civilization. So it's like, I feel like this is one of those things that may not seem that it's going to affect the entire destiny of humanity, but I think it will.
Musk's appearance was met with protesters who slammed him for handing out $1 million checks to voters who signed a petition against, quote, activist judges. Now, the Wisconsin Supreme Court actually rejected a Democrat attorney general's attempt to block Musk's giveaway to voters. Schimel spoke about his record on Fox News Sunday. Listen.
My opponent has given terrible sentences in sex offender cases. Every case that she cited in an ad, when I was a DA, I made a recommendation that the judge didn't even follow and gave less time than I recommended. So I didn't give anybody a sweetheart deal. I've never come up short in any of that. She is lying to voters.
Meanwhile, in Florida, there are two major races tomorrow, one to fill Matt Gaetz's vacated House seat and another to replace White House National Security Advisor Mike Waltz. So in the 1st Congressional District, Republican Jimmy Patronis and Democrat Gay Vallimont are running to replace Gaetz. Patronis is the state's chief financial officer and has also received President Trump's endorsement. And for Waltz's seat in the 6th Congressional District of Florida, Trump-backed Republican State Senator Randy Fine is facing off with Democrat Josh Weil. Lawrence?
Thank you, Brooke. Let's bring him in. Florida State Senator Randy Fine joins us now. Senator, thanks so much for joining the program this morning.
Thanks, Lawrence, for having me. Glad to be here.
Good to have you. So when we look at some of the ballots that have been cast so far, you got 40% of Democrats, you got 44% of Republicans, and then you got about 14, almost 15% of unaffiliated voters. So there's a slight edge versus the Democrats. I guess the question is, how are you going to get your voters to show up on Election Day? Because right now it's too close for comfort.
Well, Lawrence, as of now, 9% more Republicans have voted than Democrats. And look, our voters tend to vote late. They like to vote on Election Day. The important thing is for those who agree with President Trump, who support the Trump agenda. My opponent is endorsed by Bernie Sanders. For the people who support President Trump to go to voterandyfine.com, find their polling place, make a plan to vote, tell their friends, and show up tomorrow. When that happens, we're going to win.
Yeah, when you look at some of the numbers that have been spent in this stage, a lot of the money coming in is out of state. You raised about $1.6 million, but the other side has $9 million. Has that impacted this race?
Well, it certainly has. Look, he's raised money from all over the country through Act Blue, which, as many people know, raises money in suspicious ways. But you also have to look at how the money is spent, and you can get a good sense of socialism from this. I didn't even know as a candidate you could pay yourself a salary. This guy's actually taking money out of his campaign and putting it in his pocket. He's living in a $51,000 Airbnb. He's paying his rent in his out-of-district home in Orlando. So people have to say, do they want conservative fiscal common sense? I've actually invested my own money in the race versus a guy who actually puts the money in his pocket. We're going to win if people go to the website, voterandyfine.com, figure out how to vote. We're going to win big tomorrow.
You know, Senator, we've seen in a lot of these races that when President Donald Trump is on the ballot, people show up. But when he's off the ballot, the turnout is much lower. So I guess the question is, what are you going to be able to do to spark that same energy, and tomorrow's the day, to get these people to show up?
Well, we're reminding people that President Trump's who asked me to run. We talk about my endorsement. We talk about the amazing tele-rally we did with the president on Thursday, where he talked about how important my race was and how important he liked me. I mean, it's the crux of our campaign to make people understand that the Trump agenda is on the line. And if you're a conservative Republican in that 6th congressional district, you got to go to voterandyfine.com, make a plan to vote, find out where your precinct is, and show up tomorrow. When Republicans do what they do on Election Day, we will have a big win tomorrow night. But everyone's got to make a plan to vote.
All right. Well, good luck, Senator. We'll be watching it.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.